Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bridge Talk Show. Today we have a very grand episode for you, but before I get there, I'm here with Derek and Victor. So, Derek, how was your weekend? How are you doing?
Thank you so much, Faith. I'm doing good, and my weekend was an interesting one. I bless the Lord.
That is very good. Victor, what do you have to say about your weekend? How are you doing? How is the Monday?
Well, my weekend was good as well. And personally, I'm doing fine. My Monday so far serene. Everything is it's just a cold weather.
Wonderful. Thanks be to God. So, are you guys ready to talk about mental health? Because we are diving into it today, and you know, it has been a disturbing issue that people have not been trying to raise their voices out to. So let me hope you guys are ready to dive into mental health. And before we go any further, I would like to know, what do you guys understand? What comes to your mind when you hear the word mental health?
In my own understanding, mental health refers to one's social, psychological, and social well-being that affects how we live, think, and interact with people. Yeah, that's how briefly I can understand mental health.
Derek, what can you say in your own opinion?
Well, my own opinion, as explained, I want to make it a little bit easier. Mental health is basically a general thing of one's mental capacity. I mean, whether it is uprightness or whether someone has disorders. So that is mental health. It is a general thing. And as we dive deeper, we'll get to see what uprightness really is and what the disorders could be.
So, before we actually dive deep, I would like us to know the statistics of mental health. Because due to the small research I made, studies show that around 24.2% of adults and 22.9% of children below 18 suffer from mental health disorders, anxiety, depression, and so on. And I feel like if we are to go generally worldwide, the percentages would be larger, because now this is a study of probably Uganda, and remember, there are those people that are even not looked at. There are those people that people do not know are suffering from mental health, that they are not engaging with to know what their situations at hand are. So I feel like we miss out on that so much.
So, Faith, you've talked about those statistics as you've mentioned them. What do the statistics bring to your mind? Do you think we are safe when it comes to mental health?
No, we are not. Because I've said these are even statistics of probably people they talked to, or studies of people they talked to, but they are people that we do not know what they are going through, people that they have not interacted with to know the situation. So probably even the percentage would be higher than this. So we are not safe at all.
Maybe to what percentage do you think it would be? Just suppose, if at all, maybe we had the right sample space of people to find out those that have mental health disorders. What percentage do you think it would be?
I feel like if I'm to give it a guess, because if a study of people that are few, like due to this study that we are having, we are looking at 20%, 24, 22 point something. I feel like we would go wider to even 40%, to even 50%. Because, well, the country has so many people, you can't go interacting with everyone. And to make matters worse, we have people going through mental health disorders, through mental health issues, but they are not showing it. And these are, I think, the most dangerous people we are having.
That's right.
Well, actually, I think even before we look at the guess in terms of percentage, I do feel that even if it were a 5%, a 10%, this could be a very worrying yeah, it must be.
So you feel like maybe the 22% that is already projected is so much,
It is so much.
and it is not actually the ideal thing.
Exactly.
It is more than the
It's
22.
more than that, but it's still so much.
So let's go into let's look at the scope of the youth, because they are our major concern. What major mental health disorders do the youth battle with here in Uganda, basically?
Well, I feel like the disorders are quite many, but if I'm to try to mention a few that are highly affecting the youth, I would look at depression, I would look at stress, I would look at anxiety, I would look at cyberbullying, fear of missing out, low self-esteem. As I've said, there are really very many, but to try and well, if we are to break down these few that I've mentioned, you realize one leads to another. Like, you mention one disorder, but it will lead you to over 3 more disorders. So I feel like those are a few of the ones that I could list out that are highly affecting our youth, and we shall be breaking them down.
So Victor, as she has mentioned these disorders,
Yes, please.
why do you think these disorders are so much on the rise amongst the youth? Why do you think there are many, and what do you think are their causes? For example, depression, the anxiety, what do you think is the cause amongst the youth?
Yeah, so well, the causes of the mental disorders are really quite many. But in my own perspective, ebintu bingi ebireetera omuntu okufuna those mental health disorders, especially if you are to look at the activities we deal in, maybe the people we associate with, all those are things that really, cause those mental health disorders. One, I want us to look at gambling, because this is a vice that is really eating up our generation. It has actually been a transgenerational vice, and really it is affecting us in a way that we are having a lot of depression in society, and
it is as a result of gambling.
yeah,
Most of the
definitely.
youth, because youth have they are the champions of gambling. And you find that, in fact, amongst 5,000 people that gamble or place a bet, you find that it is one person among 5,000 people. So you find that these others that have not won, maybe they've put a lot of money, they're subject to what? So I sideline with you when you say gambling is a major cause of mental health disorders. More so the depression and the anxiety. You are very right.
Yeah, so I don't know what Cookie has to say about this. Naye, gambling is something that is so gigantic, in a way that remember, the youth are highly affected, and the sources, should I say sources of income? No, where they get that money from to maybe go for gambling, you find at times
They take it as an investment. You can use the word investment to invest.
okay, it'd be an investment.
Yeah, it would be an investment because some people are gaining from it. That's what's misleading these youth. Someone will put in their money, and probably, as there is a saying that buli omu aba n'omukisa gwe. Gwe kwolwa essimu kisa go, you put in your car as a campus, as a university student, you put in your car 20K, it was supposed to run you through the week, and you have 0. Trust me, you look for what to eat. That hunger will depress you. The fact that you're not having any money with you to do other activities will depress you. So, abamu kubeera investment kuba.
Yeah, church too. Naye my main concern is olumu katika tuyingire high school, even maybe universities. So I don't know how this is really so addictive, but you find one maybe using their tuition, using huge sums of money that would have run for all that were meant to provide their necessities, their essentials. Neno sanga ngomwana kwaliseza tuition 1.1, 1.2 kama mbaya ni mbaya.
I feel like what makes it an addiction is, Victor, when you try to do something and achieve from it, what's going to stop you from doing it tomorrow? And you're forgetting that now they they don't put at the back of their minds that this is not a business. Nti munnange we situnde leero tomanye nkya. Once it fails today, that is your money gone. You're not going to recover it. So once they try, or once you try and probably things work out for you, I'll want to do the same. Jagamba nze nateekayo tuition wange yali 1.1 nenfunamu. I don't know how those things work. Like let me say probably nenfunamu obukadde bwange nga butaano. Ki ekigenda okuŋŋaana oteekayo wange? I will automatically be like, hey, proceed here, please. Then you start putting in your things. That day it's not your luck. Tuition is gone. You have nothing to tell parents. Of course, exam period. Now, like for example, here at Makere, you can study till the exam period without you paying tuition. The moment the exam period comes, you may fail to do exams. So probably you will try to meander around till the examination period, but still, honors wezaddi. Ogenda voomu okusoma kulema buli watuuka mu class n'ojjukira nti togenda kukola bibuuzo nga weekwata ku ttama. What's going to lead into that? Depression. Next thing, you're so stressed. Next thing, you don't want to be around people. Next thing, you're now lonely. So I feel like what addicts people to that is the fact that they have either seen someone gain or probably they have gained and they want to try it more and get more and more.
So let's look at besides gambling, what other thing is a cause of
Scammers. Please. alert to whoever is listening to this. Scammers, we are tired. The youth are tired. Old people, I think even the higher generation, they are all tired. I do not know whether you people use medicines, I do not know, but it's too much. You people are depressing people to an extent that some of you are even taking people's lives. Like, that is not nice. I don't know what you guys have to say about scammers, but last sem, I think, I had, my roommate had a friend that was involved into that diamond scamming.
The diamonds. I have
and
diamonds.
That's how and she was supposed to pay money for hostel. She was in MOBS. I think she was going to pay money she was going to Ideal. Don't know because I've not been there, but she was on that route of Ideal. She meets this old man in Anoka Diamond Kange Jagala Kachusa from nowhere, a border guy. From nowhere, she's on the border. She will give us something like when she reached and she was like, let me go and prove if this diamond is real. She reached and the guy is all like, at Fortunekedde chibot dukane ka diamond cafe. Chick is all like, hey, she removes out her money for the what? For the hostel.
She puts the hostel fee as security.
Exactly.
To buy people's trust, the scammers' trust.
After her crossing the road and turning back, that's when her senses came back. The guys were to open. Do you know how depressing that can be? What are you going to start telling your parents? Hostel fee, I did. Like now imagine, because automatically now she's going to get stranded. She said, I stood for over 50 minutes wondering what my next move was going to be. What am I going to tell my brother? Because actually she told her it's the brother that had given her the money. What was I going to tell my brother at that moment? So, scammers, people are tired.
People for real, when you say they are truly tired, because I'm sure at least everyone has fallen a victim.
I personally would say no, but
you must have been a victim, Derek. You must have been a victim. The people watching, everyone, at least I'm sure someone.
I've not been a victim. I've just been attempted to be a victim.
Sure.
Like, you know that moment whereby someone comes in and you're all like, you give it a second thought before you actually fall a victim. Like, you're like, there is a problem. Because I think now for us, they came in this thing of, I want you to become a brand for my company. I do makeup. We're like, like, deposit before I come, deposit a fee. And then they shut down Ugamba Banukati. And even these networking.
The network marketing people.
Guys, make your money and eat it alone. We don't want it.
So they come, they're like, we want you to work with us. You work at the comfort of your home. You know, they say you should become rich when you're still young. They motivate you. They show you their pictures, and they are with Mercedes Benzes. They tell you they have apartments.
In that
Dubai,
comfort life, that
yeah.
terrible life.
Our boss is 30 years. He's already traveling. Imagine you.
And they tell you they don't work. They just maybe get people and they sell some products. It's a lot of scam in there. And when a youth that is anxious to get that money, maybe you're a vacist and you don't have money, you
story wala, even though you are schooling, you're at campus.
There are very many university students.
At campuses, because the life of
they
campus
even come
is
to
hard.
hostels, please.
And actually, they are very established in that. You find an inbox in your phone. Hello, my name is so and so, and you check this person's profile. There is maybe she's called Belinda. There is CEO Belinda, diplomat Belinda. So just know that someone has referred you. Yakureferring because umanyaliye abaguddemu namubuuza ani asobanura nti naye ekigaga kyange bakiyita Victor omuki contacting ati kijja failing okukola ki kujja. So that is how they are working. And when there is a way they told you to invest into my first installment ojja kuwa $5,000 for buying any packages, premium package, platinum, so so at all, if you make maybe a premium package nga $5,000, so noziteekayo. So you'll be required to look for other people that will have maybe to subscribe for that same package. And if you fail to get those people, go gabaga feed. So that is nothing as much as scamming. And you find that you're depressed. Maybe sentence of course, but zina was a hostel, maybe was study tuition.
Actually,
so no will be very depressed.
We are looking more at tuition, hostel. There are people that are working. Oba muntu ali mukunganya kasente ke. We have small business owners. They are going to start up their small business. I'm probably saving this money of mine to add into the business to grow bangenda kola chikusubulo bachi. Pesa mtwalo janga 5 naye nompa ofe ngamba mu myezi 2 ngenda funa akakadde ngamba ate awo mba investinze nnyo because of course I want that 1M nsobola okwongerako kati jeje 5 gange ogatute. It was supposed to invest into my small business for it to grow, and now probably you've taken it. What is the next thing? I'm going to get depressed. I'm going to get stressed. I'm not going to know what to do next. Like, it's all going to get me overwhelmed. Abantu abamu bemugamba nti nukate ekintu ng'ekyo ekitini kyamusiza, like they committed suicide because of something that's small. You do not know what people are going through to get their money. You do not know what people are going through to be able to, what they are going to use that money for. Govudde eri ozitutte naye kale.
Well, anyway, me, I feel like Kwanga, we have to admit that these scammers are really wise because they come in a very smart way, and if you're also not smart enough, definitely you'll fail. You fall definitely a victim. Yeah. So me, I much believe that you must just be aware.
Be aware. We must stop wanting sente z'amangu.
Exactly. Maybe or watch this way, but yeah.
Bridge to bring about awareness of these people.
Yeah, so the awareness.
And actually, we are going to mention the places where they are situated. I know the places because these people keep on contacting me all the time. I don't know whether to refer me. I don't know whether I have friends that think I have money to invest in such things, because at least every day I get one CEO, one diplomat to message me. And I know the places to just go in future.
So, for me, my thought about that is simple, because I didn't fall victim, but some people contacted me for such type of things, but they went through the mirror of wanting to employ me. You want to become a sales manager
part-time.
Like, what?
And they told you they have products that you'll be selling. Were they drugs?
Actually, they had when I went for the meeting, there were some drugs they were talking about made in Taiwan. These drugs they cure something like 1,000 diseases with
herbal
one
medicines.
Scoop. I'm like, man, one scoop cures cancer. One guy came and gave a testimony about the drugs, and I'm like, man, because This guy was like, I've taken my grandma to all hospitals and they have failed, but this only one scoop a day. And I'm like, what?
And actually, when you spend some more time there, osanga nti zino drugs actually tebazitundako yadde. Just they want to give you a first impression.
Yeah.
You understand? So that you believe in, they call it network marketing, sales marketing, such things. So just drugs was required to buy your trust. But later on, you find that the real business is in you recruiting other people to join you.
Yeah.
To subscribe to the premium packages, the platinums, and the what and what.
I've heard of these MLMs, but even you see in America, it's called multi-level marketing, something like that. In America, it's illegal, but I don't know how it comes to be legal in Uganda. Because most of
Uganda alone.
most of these companies have been to different countries. They go, they establish themselves there so that they can, after they, let me say, one of Uganda, they go to another country and they start doing the same thing. And whatever they pay taxes. So in one way or the other, the economy is very happy for the people that are benefiting from it. And for us, the people that are looking for jobs, most of the people call us Abantu. We are the victims in one way or the other.
For the scammers, these people really come in very different ways. And I'm sure we cannot exhaust all of them. Yeah, but then, more awareness. Let's talk about being desperate. Desperation for money. Desperate to have, I don't know, because I believe that by the time you fall a victim, aliwo ekintu ekiba kikusikiriza okukola ki okuwaayo omutima gwo mangu. Hey, this and this is going to happen, blah 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 blah, you're getting in this and this, and you know, so being desperate okukwata ng'oli in that maybe situation, you need money or you need something or you need to go here.
And I relate your desperation to fear of missing out. Because I feel like once fear of missing out is when you do not want, like, abantu bayine ebintu naye ng'olaba nti probably Victor is having an iPhone, Victor is my friend, I do not have an iPhone, why don't I? Like, all his friends have iPhones, how will I look when I don't have an iPhone, when like I'm around Victor's friends and what? So that is going to cause you to become desperate to have this. So when you get desperate to having an iPhone, you're ready to do anything. Trust me, you're going to fall a victim of everything that is going
You're
to
already desperate and an opportunity is knocking.
A very good chance.
Someone is telling you about just using 500 and in 1 month you have 5 million.
I'm telling
5 million is getting 16 Pro Max, by the way.
So your chance we kusanga ng'olimu eyo in that situation, essentially out of 100, 99% oba ogenda gamba yes, oba ogenda kiyingira.
Banaye fellow youth muve mu kwegomba ennyo. Mujja kuba ne mu depression babasange nga mwetuusizaako suicide banaye. Okwegomba ennyo si kirungi.
I'm sure for even these scammers, has someone ever called you to scam you and you show them you are not interested? Most times they even abuse you and switch off the phone. But if you're like, Wanji? HG? And you show that enthusiasm. Man, they know this one is desperate. They even call you back even again. There is one I strung along for a long time. He was even planning to meet me so that he can give me the plan so that he can... Man, I don't know. But if you show them you're desperate, they know you are a target. You know? They just know you are a target and they don't want to lose that chance of getting money out of you. But hey, when you talk about being desperate, I think that is one of the main things that causes depression as well.
Yeah, so now the question is, what should we do in times of desperation? What should the youth do? How ready should they be in when such circumstances come by?
I feel like they shouldn't even wait to be desperate. Why wait? Why do you want to be desperate to know what to do? Why do you want to have what you cannot get at that time? I like ladies that work so hard. There is some TikToker called Millionaire's Girlfriend. Wow.
The one that moves, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, so I know that one.
That girl is so hardworking. like omuntu ng'oyo mpa ensonga lwaki tagenda kwegomba kintu kuba amanyi agenda sobola okyetuusako because she's working hard to want a good life. She always says, most of you ask why I'm called the millionaire's girlfriend, but I like prophesying like good things upon myself. Prophesy why you become desperate. Because if she was someone that wanted that extravagant life and didn't want to work for it, she would have gone an extra mile to do things that would get her that life, that at the end of the day could put her into depression and other different things. But once you work hard, just be teri agenda kwogerera lwaki akola bwati naye oli mukola kasente ko. Of course all the comments you're going to get bambi kana kakozi, she's hardworking, and once you become hardworking you get to what you want. Most of us want very nice things naye tetwagala kukola. Dear ladies, working hard is good. It's not easy but it's good. I love these ladies that start their small businesses at campus, at what. I feel like it's always motivating because tekikuteekamu eyo embeera y'okubanga oyagala ebikusukiriddeko. Kuba weyagalidde ebikusukiriddeko, Victor, Derek, trust me, you're going to get desperate. Lwaki ono yeevuga ku campus nze nga saakwevuga? Lwaki yeevuga nange mba nsobola okwevuga? Nkola ntya okubanga neevuga? That's where our young ladies are going into sleeping with men, are going through different things to achieve, and at the end of the day already. At the end of the day, you're depressed because now you're having a disease that cannot live your life. You're going to have it for the rest of your life. From there, you're depressed, you're sad, you've not finished school, you've dropped out. I love when, I have a friend that always tells me, zinengalo tezenkana, togenda kutuuka wano. Era ono muleke waali. There was even a time Kasuku said, I'm so sorry to mention it, like, yagamba nti nno nze bwe nsinkana omugagga mugambirawo baku ssente ate siddamu wazifunya ati tolwanyisa mugagga tolwanyisa mugagga yazigjewa akola atya
mugambirawo mpa ssente
kyobola kati gwe togenda kutuuka wano. So for that matter of fact tuleme kwegomba nnyo ekisukkiridde. Competition is killing your
it's depressing a lot of
yes.
Okwagala okuba nti bafuna obulamu batasobola ku having at the moment, okwagala to be there where they can't afford, you understand. So it is bringing a lot of mental health disorders ate kirinyo mu baana ab'obuwala naddala wano. If it is at campus, it is so much in the girl child.
We are really suffering. We come from different backgrounds, people. You do not know what people are having at their homes. People come from rich families. Tuvene kuba rich families. Tomanyi biki muntu byagenda ogenda kwegomba omuntu aku-initiating into cults and what, because you're being desperate of wanting what they have. Yes, there are people that are coming from very rich families. Their parent has given them a car. Probably their parent, they are sleeping in the best hostel. They are driving the best car. Then there are people that are getting money from places you do not know. Ogenda mwegomba ochikola ochagambe me, I have ways. Don't worry. The next thing, you're engaged into Satanism and you have no way of coming out. And by the time you join Satanism, you have to sacrifice. You're going to now start sacrificing your parents, your siblings. Let us not get there.
Mikwano gyaite mumpaayo obulamu nkyabwagala yakuwaayo
bakusaddasedda.
So tulina okuyiga okukola. We must maybe lower the spirits of wanting to maybe reach a certain point or getting into a lifestyle that we can't afford, that we can't cope up with, especially in a short run. Yeah, so actually admiration tiyandibadde mbi, but if it is backed up with hard work, I will admire the shirt you're putting on, the shoe, and I will work towards having it.
You work
in the right parts.
Yeah.
You're like, ono omusajja avuga emmotoka ennungi nange njagala bwe nnaaba mu myaka egiddako emitinitini. So
n'okumanya nti kitwala kadde, it takes time.
Then you look for
how do I get the money in the right way.
Yes. So as long as we reduce those spirits, nze ndowooza we can cope up with this vice. Kubanga fena tunyonya sente, actually still Kasuku yakyogera. I don't remember very well. Naye yagamba
fena goolo sente.
Sente.
Oba wasoma oba tewasoma fena goolo sente.
Naye sente ozifuna otya? Mu mikono emiramu oba
omanya nti Kasuku asabiriza bagagga. Naye nze kinankolera nange nakusabiriza bagagga oba ninakukola. Because oyinza okwesanga Kasuku ye musajja. Naye kati gwe omuwala onatandika osabiriza abagagga. Doesn't it subject you to what? To, attachment. No, omusajja naku spoiling, you feel attached. Ate bwakuleka, you feel like these are the girls that commit suicide. Nti gundi yandeseewo.
Yeah.
And
true.
Maybe also the diseases that don't heal, the HIV and sort.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So tulina okuyiga ne Kasuku baida wakola. Kasuku works.
He works. Actually okusanga nti bamuwa is positioned to get. Ate abantu abasinga kye batategeera. Lwakuba nti kati bw'ayogera munnaye. People era nga bw'akyogera bakifuna. People that don't comprehend. Naye actually tumusabe Kasuku atelezeemu engeri gy'apaasinga messages ze nnungi. Naye abavubuka zijja kubasuula eddalo.
Yeah, so Cookie was actually talking about the ladies getting more indulged in that. Naye n'abalenzi, we are also victims. They are not actually ladies that go on sleeping with men and whatsoever. Boys, gentlemen, men also have those so-called sugar mummies. Jebali. And me, I have seen it. They are there, they exist.
They are there. You want to impress or sugar mami kuba you want to impress Cookie. Cookie wa kirasi ya waggulu, Cookie tagenda kuba na musajja atalina motoka tagenda ba gambe kati nkoze ntya.
Kale no zinonyi wa sugar mami so that
no there osanyuse Cookie.
Yeah, it surely cuts across, and I know these people know, and they see it everywhere. It doesn't. Techili kuwala can't you find them looking for those men and whatsoever. Derek now go and no not sugar man. Ga chimala everything.
Sazamu mulinya lya Yesu.
Those people have money.
Era kanche sazamu mulinya lya Yesu.
So bone sente. They tell you Derek, now this come here. Ka transport okuteredde kata.
No transport kati kwaga atano ugenda wako Cookie asatu. Kagambe bannange kyokka bebi alina sente. Bebi omanyi wajja azijja gwe.
Ekintu anyway, all in all tulina okuyiga okukola, okwegomba tulina okukikendeeza and tukibackinga up with working hard.
And to be contented with what you have.
Yeah, to be contented with what you have at the moment.
Be contented with
as you are.
That's the most, I think, effective way. You must be contented.
Waliwo ky'olina oli atakirina beera musanyufu n'ekyo ky'olina.
Whereas I'm looking at Derek, nti ze neegomba Derek, waliwo omulala akola ki? Who's admiring Victor? So this is a metamorphosis. So we have to learn how to appreciate what we have. We have to learn how to appreciate the families we are coming from. We have to learn how to appreciate the little the parents give us, the little we earn, the little, I don't know, whatsoever we get money from. Nobira ngoli contented, toli ku pressure. Ngoine suubi ng'osaba ng'okola. I know. Otuukayo, maana otuukayo.
Well,
kati kinze kyemaze olaba bano bakukiwe baleeta obuzibu. Bebateeka abalenzi baffe ku pressure.
Tewali.
Why? Because
actually, and you ladies,
your demands are so much.
Like,
how do you tell? Nedda.
Banange.
I had to get a mass, please.
Atansobola ndeke, but I'm joking, but kyengezaako gamba. Genda kuky'osobola. Sembubi Victor.
No. I would have agreed. Naye wentukira ku level ey'okugamba nti sikusobola. Nandikusobodde. But simply because nawe weegomba a different lifestyle.
No, by
it
the
makes
way.
Me being, it makes me a more small person in terms of capacity to what? to support you.
Kati kankugambe ekintu.
Naye nti kale.
There is a difference between omuntu eyeegomba and someone having a life. Togenda sanga mwana w'abandi akulidde in a very good lifestyle. She's from a very good up, like they are financially okay. That look. Nedda omwana akulidde mu bulamu bulungi. Omwana complex. But someone kati omuntu ngoyo, of course people we have different, like twina ebintu ebyenjawulo bitwagala mu bantu. We have different things we like from people. But kati togenda sanga mwana ngoyo ove mu ghetto ojja omwepimemu mukazi wattu tamanyi boda bwe bagirinnya mugambe baby nono tugenda out naye kanko odaringireyo ka safe boda.
Tulina avuganya ku bukulembeze bw'eggwanga yava mu ghetto. Ate nga gwe yafuna
anti kati
yafuna yali ava mu family engagga.
Mukazi yali mugumiikiriza bakazi ngabo
situanti
bakyaliyo muganda wange
tebakyaliyo kati mumuletedde abalenzi obuzibu.
We have different personalities.
Actually the problem.
Baleese obuzibu mu bavubuka.
Why wouldn't you understand? Why wouldn't you be patient with the person? As long as
tinange nsobola okuvuganya ku
we
bukulembeze.
have different personalities.
No,
Victor,
actually,
we are different people. You're going to find me cookie. I'm going to be ready. Nkuzimbe. I'll build with my mind. And those people are there. And yes, he's going to stay with they are going to stay with their man. They make money. There are people in Kenya, they're called the Bahatis. I don't know if any of you have heard of them.
I think I've seen them.
Diana Bahati and Bahati. Those people came from zero. I remember she posted something and she was all like, I couldn't believe I would ever get from this. We were at that time whereby we were lacking. Right now, babe is having cars parked in her compound. I hear G-Wagon. The husband recently gifted her G-Wagon. Pink in color, guys.
Is it this guy that has dreads?
Yes, I think it's that.
I've seen him.
With
actually, the lady is slightly older than the guy.
And she was patient. Not because and sinti no kubana subi probably someone will become better, but those ladies are few abantu bako kati ogenda kugwa ku muntu nga tavudde na background nungi nenga yako wennaku ogenda muga
mulisubi mulisuulawa.
No, like what I can say about that, like these days, especially in this generation, most of the women also have hope in the men, you know. You find a woman
has no problem.
Yeah, she has come from the ghetto. Yeah. You know, she has been using borders. And now she's seeing you as her lifeline to put her in cars, you know. So, and she's looking for where she can keep up with the Joneses in one way or the other. And you are I don't think, by the way, that also ties in with the pressure. The social pressure. Because her friends by now Gaga, she expects to get a Mugaga too.
Exactly. Actually, pressure and was a vida Kevin interview now. Pressure in our friends.
People's personalities. Victor, I'm not
no,
going to
I want us to keep people's personalities. I want us to keep them constant. What is personality?
Those are your traits.
Your traits.
Yes.
How I live, how naturally I am.
Victor, omuntu kati now, I would say I personally, I may not be someone that is going to be pressured. I always have a saying that omusajja tagenda kunema zamura materialistic things. Pena chamanyi kyogenda kundagabe waffe kye batampadde baganda nge kye batampadde taata nge kyatampadde. You get? So I'm not going to be this person that is going to put you on pressure of why aren't you driving a Range Rover? Why aren't you driving an ML like other men? Why aren't you? I'm this person that you're going to be driving your car and I will be like, we can do better. Why want abasajja ate kati ekizibu ekirala ekiriwo basajja mmwe omuntu agenda kutuula naawe akuzimbe omala otuuka at a stage they want you to be that you guys are happy together and you leave them for someone that did not even add anything to your life. Kati omusubira n'omuntu agenda azimba omusajja omulala no dear.
Kati olaba ekituufu kiri nti bwe tuba twacomparing if you are to relate such circumstances ntini nnyo nti wava n'omuntu okuva eyo yonna gye mwava
toyogedde n'abantu
njagala tukitwala empola mpola abantu batini nnyo especially when we are to come in the love arena, in the love sector. Bantu batini nnyo aleka munne nga bamaze okutuukayo because of maybe I don't know kubanga buli kimu you've come building up yourselves, you've
Those
come facing life,
scenarios are
you've
so many. I just feel like you've not talked to people who are depressed about relationships, by the way. And adding to that, I feel like even relationships are another cause of mental health. I don't know. Yes.
Amongst the youth.
Yes.
Like being in a relationship or what? What do you mean?
Relationships, like general, I feel like the heterosexual relationships,
man and girl.
yes, they are also leading to mental health.
Like being in a relationship or not being in a relationship?
Being
Because-
in a
What is
relationship,
called dating?
I feel like,
Yeah.
okay, now, for
Dating,
example, I would
courtship,
look at you being in a
marriage.
relationship with someone, they have been your life, they have been your everything. My man, this, and man goes.
My man.
My woman.
Man shall leave you depressed. Man shall leave you crying. You will look for, like, haven't you heard about ladies that want to commit suicide because my man left, he cheated, he did this, he's leaving me. There is a trend going on TikTok of life is so private, no one knows that, blah, 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 something of that sort. If these people are not lying, people are being depressed because of relationships. There's someone that said, we were in a relationship. The guy called in. Another lady came in. I think now this was the main chick. When the guy came in, she was told to go under the bed and stay there while these guys were in the room with this other babe. They made out, and after them making out, she came out and she also pleaded they make out somewhere. And the guy refused after giving you under the bed. How do you think this person is going to react? Omuntu agenda wulira nga yeemazeemu nnyo, realizing nti kyakoze tekirina nawe kimugattiddeko, and the next thing people are going to want to commit suicide.
Well,
So-
me, ebyala simanyi, I do not know much about.
Whoever is
As
saying
well
that,
as I-
whoever is saying that relationships are bringing mental health, you've never been single.
But like, I feel like even not being in a relationship would cause, but ati kati gwali single, maybe if it's pressure, right? Sina musajja aba mikwano gyange. But the trauma people are getting from their partners. I think there is that
A lot,
scenario that we
probably
talked
a-
about sometime about a child that almost wanted to commit suicide because the parents were changing her school from the boy. They were in a relationship with the boy and with the parents.
And she was attached.
Uh-huh. I feel
My
like
God.
relationship comes with attachment. By the way, attachment is something that can destroy your mental health. That one, I would say I'm a victim.
Attachment.
Really?
Attachment, not to a
Who
partner.
was he?
No, it wasn't to a partner.
We need the details.
Not to a man. Attachment to a man, no thank you. But I was attached, I would say, to my mom. When she passed on, I got so attached to my sister, to an extent that I felt like my life rotated around her. Without her, I would be no one. At a point, someone sat me down. They told me, do you realize after she leaves and she gets married, you're not going to know what to do next? You have siblings to take care of. I would be at school, but every day I would have a reason to cry. Like, I felt like life is going to be turned upside down. So I wouldn't say I detached, but I had to find meaning for myself so that I do not put my whole life around this person. Like, it was everything to follow my sister, my sister, then my. At a point, I was just like, by the way, after this person, because even her leaving home, I won't lie, it traumatized me for a bit. I was just like, so now as the big girl of the home, what are you going to do next? You have 2 young ones to take care of. Like, how are you going to think things through? Yes, you've been supported by this person, but now they are no more. What is next? I wouldn't lie. I got traumatized, depressed after her wedding. I went back to school, but I spent around 2 weeks. In my life, I would like sit in class and like zone out after 5 minutes and be like, this is a coach. When that day like,
Well,
what is the next? So attachment is what leads the relationship, my dear. I would feel like you would attach the relationship thing comes with attachment to the people that we love. Yes, relationships.
Well, that was really so sad. Naye oyogedde ku attachment. Eyo attachment yaga tugitegeere bulungi. Ana abatuuliza bakole ki? Bagitegeere, because why wouldn't I call my 911 in case of anything? So maybe engeri gy'okireseemu nze sinakitegeera personally. Kubanga getting attached to someone when this happens, when I want to do this, I have to call Derek. When I want to do this, I have to. Is it bad?
I guess ngezezako kitegeera engeri gyakinyonyodde in that you get attached to someone nobanga maybe you feel like it is just a feeling maybe or a perception that you have in your mind, a concept that maybe without this person there are things you can't do and almost everything. You understand? So for example, even if it is not in a relationship, by the way, for example, Victor, you and I are so much friends in that we call each other around 15 times a day. Imagine, yet we are gents. So God forbid, and maybe I don't have you anymore. Maybe you've traveled abroad or what. And, because there are things we run almost together, everything, and you're going abroad maybe, you've gone to work, and I find it hard to find someone else that can match your energy, that can match my energy. So that is the attachment she's talking about. In that, ne project I have to put it down because Victor is absent.
What I want you to explain. Should someone reduce? I don't know. I want to call them.
I feel it. Oyagala kumanya whether someone aina ngeri jasobola okureducing that attachment or to put it away.
Yes, is there a level that someone should reach nagamba omanyi chisuse? When this happens, I should not look for Derek. When this happens, I should not look for me.
My thought about that, maybe attachment. Everything is it's better in moderation. I can't imagine a relationship without attachment. Have you heard of love languages? Hey, if I'm not your lifeline when you need some help, I don't think you love me enough. So I think everything is good in moderation. I don't want you to be too attached, but I think you can be attached, so, but not too attached.
You want us to be attached.
Feel like
not
you can be moderately attached.
Not being
Moderately attached.
Yeah.
Moderately attached.
Yes,
because these are feelings, by the way. These are feelings that we are talking about. Feelings that merely can't be controlled, especially when you go to love. So
True.
I feel like
how do you control yourself to say, Omani, kankome one?
Omuntu gwe njagala kankome wano.
Yes.
Mwagala nnyo. Is that possible?
I feel like you should have a saying of nsobola obbaawo w'otali.
Then you don't love me.
Kati kankugambeyo ekintu Victor. Once your life is rotating about some, like kati nti we are here, we are friends. Let me first leave the heterosexual relationships. We are here, we are friends. Probably you're saying if Victor moves abroad or you cannot be with him anymore, tosabeerawo w'atali. Tula wansi ogambe naye Victor namumanya ddi.
Obulirira omutima gwo.
Kwata ku mutima gwo.
We are not going to come to a consensus. Derek, you've done human nature.
I know.
And the moment omuntu atandikwa engeri gy'akyogedde nti olina okutuula
ogambe nti nsobola obeerawo w'otali. I can live without you.
Exactly. Is another actually this is now actually driving into something I wouldn't ask to,
you wouldn't love us to
engage in. Naye it brings, I don't know, but it breaks a lot of relationships. Not only love, but it breaks family relationships. It brings why would I kuki anyamba ki? Derek.
Si ekyanyamba ki, but you should learn
I can do without them.
Yes, because kati omuntu nze nali manyi by the after my mom passed on, I felt like I was not going to take another step in life. By the after that, I realized anyone can leave at any time. By the way, you should have a mentality of anyone can leave at any time when you even least expect it. So once that person leaves, genda kuzzaako ki? Sure, I can't stop grieving. Every time you can sit down by yourself, memories can come through and they break you down. But how am I going to live without this person being around? I thought I would not go back to school. I thought nothing will move on. I thought there will be nothing. Yes, I won't lie. I had support from my big sisters. Like, that was the greatest support we had. But kati nandiganya obulamu bwange okutambula emmaaso lwakubanga takyaliwo oba nandigambye siddamu kusoma, siddamu sigenda kukanegalirenga mu kisenge, siddamu laba ku bantu. You get? Si nti no oba okyetaddemu in a mean way of sisaabeerawo wotali, but have that thing of when this person leaves, will I stop moving on with life?
Okay, fine. Okay, wait. No,
We
wait.
should get olina okufuna engeri ti omuntu ono bw'ava we can get away with something.
Wait. Nga tetunnagenda ku ekyo. Njagala tuteekewo a aspect, maybe the aspect of maybe someone maybe living in a form of maybe into death. I want us to put it aside. Now, let us maybe
Look at like someone living.
Look at a family where you still have maybe your mom or dad or even a sister. And these are people that maybe you have been with, and then somehow you're coming up with an idea of, you know what, I can do without these people. Let me learn how to live without me getting so attached to my sister. So after that, what do you think happens? Because when your mind clicks to that, definitely you're going to work towards that. It's still a
trust issues.
Yeah, but
if something happens, you don't have to look for your sister. If something happens, you don't have to look for your mom.
Yeah.
So you become independent in that way.
Yeah.
You neglect your family. Not totally neglecting it, but you neglect it in some aspects. You call mom and you talk about this, but the fact that
no, actually,
Mr.
Victor, I don't think the way Faith was explaining it was to be in some type of arrogant way. I can do it without you or what. But the best example I can give, especially for boys, for girls, I don't know how it happens, but when you are in the situation whereby you have to go away from home now, you are going away from home. You are not going away from home in a way that I can do it on my own. I can do it without you or what? But you are just giving yourself that type of, even the first day when you've just started renting, there is that feeling you get. How am I going to eat? You know? That's type of attachment. Then you start learning how to cook. You're breaking that attachment from your mom who has been cooking for you. So you start learning how to cook. So in the friendship type of way or in this type of way where Faith was explaining, if you've been attached to this person whereby you are running your ideas like with him so that he can give you more ideas, like brainstorming or what, and now this guy is not here, so you feel like your life is ending because he's not here. Yeah.
No, I will not. And I want to agree with you because I do not underestimate maybe in one being independent. However, in the direction we are taking, I totally disagree with it. Because
Victor, you want to tell me when you grow, you're already grown. When it's time for you to get
still growing.
He's still growing.
20.
You're 20. So, if you're to leave home and probably start staying alone. Let me leave before you start getting married. You start staying alone. You want to tell me that will stop you from communicating with your parents?
Well, it won't. And
that's
maybe mukatego.
And that's one. 2, after you get married and you've moved in with your partner, you're married, you're in your home, will you stop talking to your parents still?
Not really.
No, that's the thing.
Healthy detachment in moderation.
Olaba nze sikirinako buzibu naye kati direction gye tuli mu kuyingira nze sikkirizigana nakyo.
Direction kijogezaako okutegeeza.
Anyway, I think maybe kino kijja kuba kya lulala because I think we have studied a lot of human nature. So nze kati understanding yange ndala nnyo era I know we shall sit again and I will make you koto to what I'm saying. No. That time will come. But for
I stand
time being,
with my argument.
I beg we proceed with the mental health.
So as Victor has said, we may not be able to exhaust this. Mental health is quite wide, but trust me, you shall be with us on more episodes as we try to dive in more. And I can't wait for this argument with Victor and see where it leads us to, because yes, it's a strong one and we are not going to be able to exhaust it all. Thank you so much. This is The Bridge, where stories made. Do not forget to subscribe on your YouTube channels. Like, share, meet us on TikTok, Instagram, like, share, comment. The Bridge, where stories met.